And now, here is your pandemic news report.
Right now, the CDC is investigating a multi-state outbreak of Salmonella infections linked to backyard poultry. So far, 34 people have gotten sick across 13 states, including New Hampshire and Maine. Officials warn ducks and chickens may appear to be clean and healthy, but can carry Salmonella germs, and those spread easily. They say you should always wash your hands for 20 seconds after touching birds, their supplies, or collecting eggs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the pandemic news report. And yeah, you see it on the screen, man. CDC, you have the Salmonella outbreak, 13 states involved, and it's looking like backyard poultry, meaning backyard chickens, are most likely the link to the Salmonella outbreak. All right, you see the map on the screen as well, giving you some idea of where this is all going down. And yeah, we're going to get into it just a little bit further here. All right, so we're going to take a look. I'm going to take a look. So spring is peak chick season, all right, but that comes with some risk. A CDC warning links a growing Salmonella outbreak across 13 states to backyard chickens, sickening dozens and hospitalizing several people. Nearly half of the cases involve children under age 5. So you got to protect your kids, okay? A group at higher risk for severe illness is the children under 5 years old. They're the group that's at the highest risk or higher risk. Health officials say even healthy looking birds can carry the bacteria and spread it through contact with feathers, eggs, or surfaces in coops. Now, I want to take a look at that further. Even healthy looking birds can carry the bacteria and spread it. Now, pay attention to this through contact with the feathers. So you don't want your kids to be touching chickens. The feathers, it says eggs or surfaces in coops. So a lot of y'all, unless you breeding chickens, you're not going to be dealing with the chicken coops. And so you have feathers and eggs to kind of deal with. All right. And I don't know if this is going to be a thing where, are these eggs going to be reaching the Walmarts and the Publix and the food cities of the world and any other stores related to that? I should hope not, because it also makes me think that it might not be worth buying any eggs, even though there might be eggs on the shelf. And so I don't know. And it says contact with feathers and eggs. So if you just contacting yourself with the eggshell, is that going to be a problem? And again, like I mentioned, is this going to be a thing where these eggs are going to reach these supermarkets and just by touching them, contact with them, you can end up having the bacteria and getting sick or spreading it to younger kids and getting them sick? Children younger than 5 years old shouldn't handle the birds, including chicks and ducklings. So if you go to a zoo or you go to one of these places where they have little small animals, it's probably best right now to not have your kids even fooling with animals or touching them. It might be best not even to go to these places right now. All right. So again, children younger than 5 years old shouldn't handle the birds, including chicks and ducklings, or anything in the area where the birds live and roam. They are more likely to get sick from salmonella. This is according to the CDC. Okay, so about 1.35 million are infected with salmonella each year, requiring 26,500 hospitalizations, and causing approximately 420 deaths, according to the Cleveland Clinic. All right, what states are affected by the Salmonella outbreaks. Michigan has the most cases, followed by Wisconsin, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, and Maine. Although we've seen on the map, we see Tennessee, we see Florida. I think Illinois is involved, Michigan. Yeah, quite a bit of states there, but I guess the ones with the highest, like they're saying, the most cases anyway are Wisconsin, Ohio, which we've seen that on the map. Indiana, let me see something. Kentucky, yeah, that's Kentucky, and Maine. And so I would say also, even though these are the cities, it says Michigan has the most cases. I think I mentioned Michigan. So other states that is not even met or that you don't see highlighted in yellow as the video is playing, I would even say neighboring states. So when you look at Florida, you have Alabama and Georgia. And then when you got Tennessee, you also have Alabama and Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. I think that's could be West Virginia or Virginia. Those states are right next door to the most infected states, if you will. So the states that are furthest away from that is California, Washington State, Oregon, Nevada, Utah. I would say parts of Texas. Probably if you split the U.S. in half, everything on the half towards the West Coast is probably the ones that would be least affected at this time anyway. All right. So how do chickens get salmonella? Even well cared for, clean looking chickens can carry salmonella bacteria, apparently. This is what the CDC is saying. These germs spread easily in the areas where they roam. All right. Wherever these chickens that are clean looking, well cared for, they still can carry salmonella. In the areas where they roam, those germs can still spread. Salmonella can spread through mites, M-I-T-E-S, not mice, M-I-C-E, but mites, rodents, contaminated feed. I guess that's the food that the chickens get. If it's contaminated, salmonella can spread through that. They can spread through other farm animals, household pets, and wild birds. All right. So how can you stay safe from salmonella? Always wash your hands with warm soapy water, after touching backyard chickens or their eggs. And again, that still makes me wonder, like, is this just during those who have chickens in their backyard, their coops, their farms? Are those the ones that have most of the issues or can be infected? And again, I still question about what about the eggs that make it to the stores? It's got to come from those chickens and chicken coops. So are they making sure between the transportation of those eggs from those coops and those backyard farms and stuff like that, getting to the stores, is there going to be some type of process where those eggs are somewhat disinfected without it being harmful to humans? I don't know. I don't hear and I don't see any answers or any responses to that. All right. So if running water isn't handy, keep hand sanitizer near the chicken coop. Keep your feed containers and shoes you wear in the coop outside of your house. What to do if you feel sick? Salmonella is the leading cause of foodborne diseases globally that infects the gastrointestinal tract and causes diarrhea, nausea, and cramps in humans, according to research in the journal Microorganisms. All right. Make an appointment with your doctor if you have any of the following symptoms. If you have diarrhea and a fever higher than 102 Fahrenheit, diarrhea that doesn't improve after 3 days, blood in diarrhea, extreme vomiting where you can't keep liquids down, and signs of dehydration such as limited urination, dry mouth, and dizziness. That's interesting. All right. So, yeah, there you have it, ladies and gents. Be alert about this salmonella outbreak. Again, pay attention to what we broke down for you, how to stay safe from it, the things to do if you feel sick in regards to that. And we will always keep you alert about what's going on out here, diseases and outbreaks. All right. So we definitely appreciate y'all. And with that being said, this is the Pandemic News Report, and we will be back again at another time. We grant you peace and safety out here, so protect yourselves and your family. All right, we're out. And now, here is your Pandemic News Report.